My name is Rachel Longman. I am a senior here at Illinois State University. I'm a bilingual elementary education major. So this is my last year on campus. I'll be student teaching all next year. I've been involved with Spanish Club. It's a really great opportunity to practice Spanish in this community. It's hard to keep up with Spanish unless you're practicing it constantly in Spanish Club. It's such a welcoming organization that allows you to do that. Well, when we started out our journey from Chicago to Houston, and then from Houston to San Jose, it was kind of just like any other vacation. We were all excited. We didn't really know what to expect. We were all still using our phones and all the Wi-Fi and everything. And then we took our bus ride, and the first place we went to was a coffee plantation, which was our first glance at Costa Rica. And that was very cool because I know that that's something that they were known for there. And then we took the bus ride to San Jose. It kind of started feeling like I was definitely on vacation now. The hotel the first night in San Jose was so beautiful, and it was just like a little gated community. I felt really safe and protected. The food was wonderful, and so that was cool to get my first glimpse of the Costa Rican food there. So that was like any other vacation. And then it really started to change on Saturday morning when we left for our journey to the Yorkin community. We were all anticipating the boat ride. We didn't really know what to expect. We had our rubber boots ready, and we were all really excited. And we saw the boats, and we got a little nervous because we thought, oh my gosh, we might fall in. So we put all of our stuff in baggies. And then the first 15 minutes of the boat ride, my friends and I were just cracking up because it was so different than anything we'd ever done. We could not stop laughing, thinking, oh my gosh, is this real life? We just wished our parents could get a glimpse of what we were doing, and they would think it was so cool. But little did we know that that boat ride was going to take us to a community where we would learn so much about a whole other way of life, and it was really eye-opening. So we went there with open eyes and an open mind, and we got there, and it was so different than anything I've ever seen. The place where we stayed, the little hut that was raised on the raised platform, was not what I was expecting it to be like. We all thought it was so cool. We each had our own tents. So we got ourselves situated, and we started to get to know the people there. And the most bizarre thing was just waking up at 4 a.m. to roosters crowing and the turkeys mating calls, and it was just so different than waking up in the United States. I knew I was somewhere different. I don't know, we were amazed at their way of life because we had just come from places with electricity and internet all the time, and we're always addicted to our phones, and it was really cool to just be able to turn them off and not rely on them, and I enjoyed being with the people more, the people on my trip and the people of the community, because we didn't have any electricity and electronics distracting us from learning about them, so that was really cool. I was really fascinated by the way that they cook all their foods with they had a fire right behind in the kitchen, and it's just so different than anything we're used to, so it was really cool to see. And I think we were most amazed by just the environment and the nature that we were around. We were totally submersed in nature, and there was just turkeys walking around like dogs, and a lot of dogs too. And so that was really different and interesting to see them interacting with all these wild animals. Started our volunteer work the next day, helping repair the trails, and that was a really cool experience. Even though, repairing a couple of trails, it didn't feel like we were making a huge impact. It's good to know that in the future we were impacting the way that they get their materials in the community, and transportation between communities there. It was a really cool experience getting to carry the rocks from the river, knowing that we were helping them. We would have loved to stay a whole week and do more volunteering for them. It was really good. I'm obsessed with the pineapple and the chocolate. I cannot say enough about it. I miss it so much. We had fresh pineapple every morning and every meal. Guillermo, the leader there from the family, would come in with fresh plantains every morning. So we had fried plantains, which I never had before, and that was delicious. They had plantain little fried pancake things, a lot of rice and beans and fruit. And then obviously my favorite food was making the chocolate. That was really cool seeing the process. I had no idea it came from the cacao fruit, and we got to taste it. It tasted like mango. And so that was just a really cool experience that all my family and friends at home were really jealous of. So that was my favorite, definitely the pineapple. And the first night we got there, they gave us these fresh mangoes that they just picked, and we just peeled them with a knife and were eating them. And it was so amazing to see that it had just come from the tree. It didn't go through any processes of getting to us. So it was really cool. They are so self-sustainable, and I think that was really cool to see. We even met a couple other people that came to the same place we were staying at, and they were really interested in staying at the place because they were looking for places that were self-sustainable, not relying on others. And I thought that was so amazing because we rely on so many people with everything that we do during our days, getting places and eating things. It's gone through so many processes, and it was so cool to see them living on their own without outside sources assisting them. Safer there than I do here. I knew that since there wasn't a lot of other people around to harm me, we were so secluded that here there's so many people that can harm you around you. You're around thousands of other people every day. And here we were just with like a close-knit community. Everybody was family there. They were also loving and caring. I mean, I wasn't worried about anything bad happening at all because I knew that they would take care of us if something did. And I wasn't worried about any crime or anything. I felt really safe. I think mainly because I was so secluded. I thought, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, my friend, she got a little cut on her leg when we were painting, and everybody rushed to her, you know. Our guide, Steven, brought her Neosporin and cleaned it and put bandages on it. The little girls were with us making sure she was okay too, so even something small like that was taken care of so rapidly, so I knew that we were safe. I remember Guillermo a lot because he was kind of our leader, and he taught us a lot. I really liked the storytelling that he gave us, give us a little background on their community. But I think my strongest memories of the two little girls. When we were painting, there weren't enough brushes for everybody, so we kind of got to go off and play with them a little bit while we were waiting for our turn. And that was just awesome to get to speak Spanish to them, first of all, and to get to relate with these girls. I mean, they thought it was so cool that they were hanging out with us, and we thought it was so cool that we got to hang out with them. So my friends and I were the elementary education majors of the group. We kind of found ourselves hanging out towards the kids, and it was really cool learning from them. They taught us about all their dogs' names and their school, and they didn't have school that particular day because of teachers' meetings, so we really got to bond with them, and we just took so many pictures and played hand games with them. It was really neat to bond with them. It's always beneficial to practice speaking Spanish in different countries because everybody has different accents everywhere. I was used to the Spain accent from when I studied abroad, so I'm trying to immerse myself more in other dialects and accents, so it was great practice. Communicating with the girls was really fun. I mean, I wasn't embarrassed if I made a mistake with my Spanish because they would help us, and I felt so immersed. If I went to somewhere for spring break at a resort in a Spanish-speaking country, there's no way I would have spoken that much Spanish because communicating with the indigenous peoples, you had to speak Spanish, and so. Definitely, the trip was very well organized. One of my favorite reasons for going on this trip was because everything was already planned. I didn't have to plan anything myself. I knew everything was taken care of. I just had to follow directions, which was easy to do. Stephen, our guide, always knew where we were going. He always was able to answer our questions. He was so friendly. He became like a friend to us throughout the trip, and so we felt very, very safe and taken care of. But it was definitely very efficient. We did so much in the amount of time that we were there. I obviously wish we could have stayed longer, but I felt that I really got the best experience I could have there.